If you are in Bangalore and if you love craft, design, and innovation, this is where you have to be. An event that's happening in a gorgeous 160-year-old restored building. Snugglewalas is a collection put together by Varnam Craft Collective. It's a beautiful amalgamation of craft, design, storytelling, and characters, and the theme is carried on and interpreted differently in different crafts. The exhibition is currently on and will be open till 24th October in Sabha, Bangalore, which is close to Commercial Street. If you want to see good craftsmanship, good design, then I suggest you make a visit. Here is the classic Vilakku design from Varnam, which has collaborated with a Kashmiri Nakashi artist, and you can see that this beautiful hand-painted Kashmiri art on a lac-turned Channapatna decorative. I think this is what Indian craft from the future will look like, where multiple craftsmen come together to bring a product that is so innovative and authentic that you have a new genre of crafts born out of collaboration. Before we get into the virtual exhibit full on, here is what the founder of Varnam Craft Collective, Karthik, has to say about this collection.
Someone asked me recently how long did it take for you to do this? When did you start thinking about the Snugglewalas? Frankly, Snugglewalas has been 14 years in the making. Because sometimes an idea is in your head, but it takes 14 years to get there. And I think when I look back about when I started, I come from a background of radio and music, of telling a story. And I always felt that craft needed to tell a story. And I wanted people to associate with our beautiful Channapatna toys. And I said, how do I make people to interact with an inanimate wooden object? And I said, you tell a story. So that was the basis for designing Snugglewalas. And why Snugglewalas? Because it's all about feeling warm, it's all about bringing a smile. I know everyone who walks in, I think there's a child in every one of us, and we all get reminded of our days of childhood, of imaginary play, and doing things which were simpler when there weren't mobile phones. But what makes this whole collection special is it's actually designed by a bunch of very talented young 20-year-old design students. So I really can't take credit for this. I was of course there in the background. But what I want to show the world is if they put their heart to it, what Gen Z can actually truly do. And if you look at the story behind each of the characters, I'll just take you through a few. So you have Flappy. Flappy is always on with the party hat. He may be large in size, but he actually thinks he's very light. So he always thinks he's floating in the clouds with a little balloon. So if you notice Flappy, there'll always be a little balloon, there'll be a splash of water. He likes to blow bubbles. Then you of course have our Chaiwala or Mr. Boston, which is a beautiful Panjadari rug. Now, Mr. Chaiwala is unlike any other tiger. He doesn't like to roar, he likes to purr. He wants to live life in slow-mo. And he feels what better way to do than have masala chai. So you will always find Chaiwala, our tiger, our Mr. Boston having garam masala chai. We also have Miss Mooberry. Mooberry is like a royal diva. So if you see our saris and shirts, you will find her like a Mughal princess with a fan in her hand. She likes to announce her presence, and she loves berries and she loves musicals. She's a Broadway diva. So all of our characters, if you look at Donald, he's a rooster who thinks he sings well. He loves to listen to Beethoven. But at the crack of dawn, he sings and everybody runs away. So you will always find him with a pocket watch. You will find him singing. You will find him next to a music record. So that's Mr. Donald. So all of you, if you go around the characters and if you read about them, if you're in the first room, if you read up the characters, you will always get reminded of someone who reminds you of these characters, right? So for me, from my own personal story, I was inspired to do the character of Sir Woolsworth. So Woolsworth is the proverbial black sheep. So I came from a family of scientists and engineers, and I did study design and I started doing design. And I tried to do my own path. So all of them, while you may think they are toys, and one of the things that everybody asks, is it for kids? Can I get my kids? Is it for adults? And I like the fact that you don't know what to expect. And I always believe that craft can be playful, it can be whimsical, it can be fun, and it can be something that you can use in your home. So all around you see 12 characters, 12 stories in 11 crafts, and please do take the time to go through them.
Now that we've heard from him and I'm going to take you through the collection here virtually, I would highly recommend if you love craft, you must go and visit here and enjoy these crafts and craftsmanship in person. Working with craft and craftsmen is an expensive affair, and especially when you're trying to collaborate and combine two different crafts, it can get extremely expensive. And what Varnam has achieved with Snugglewalas is something that a lot of people only dream of. So if you love crafts, please take the time out and go and take a look at this collection and appreciate it. They also have a little store set up in the exhibit for you to buy from. But even if you don't want to buy, please go look at these pieces, hold them in your hand, appreciate the craftsmanship, and show your support for craft. There's a little store at the exhibit where you can buy what you liked in the exhibit. It was impossible for me to not zoom into the details of some of these things and appreciate how beautifully they've been made. The Snugglewalas is on in Bangalore, Sabha Bangalore, until 24th October, after which it moves to other cities. You can follow them on their Instagram handle at Varnam Craft Collective and see if they're coming to your city. The venue, Sabha Bangalore, on Kamraj Road near Commercial Street, is actually a restored 160-year-old school. It is now reimagined to be an art space where you have curated experiences, performances, conversations happening. To see what's happening there, you can follow them on Instagram at Sabha PLR. This video was shot on the pre-launch, or rather preview day. It was an invite-only event and there was some lovely food served. So don't come at me if you go there tomorrow and find that there was no food. The venue also has a cafe, so if you want to grab something quickly, I think it's the Rogue Elephant Cafe, if I'm not wrong. So you will get food if you pay for it, but food or no, the exhibit in itself is so beautiful that you will definitely feel inspired, rejuvenated, happy, and whatever is the feeling that you feel when you look at beautiful craft. So if you are in Bangalore, you love craft, you have a little time at hand, please visit Sabha Bangalore and enjoy this exhibit. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one.